Got it. Below is the complete English translation of all 3 parts 1-3. Every sentence from the Korean and Japanese versions is preserved. Nothing is shortened or removed. It reads naturally in cinematic English, while keeping all emotional and structural detail. Part 1 The beginning, isolation, and the first counterattack. The fluorescent light in the kitchen flickered faintly that afternoon. Choi Young-ja was watching TV in the living room when she got thirsty and went to the kitchen for a drink. Through the narrow gap of the door, she saw something that froze the blood in her veins. Seo Min-jeong tore open a packet of instant coffee, poured it into a cup, then reached behind the dark shelf for a small bottle of pills. She tipped it slightly, shaking an unidentified white powder into the cup. Her wrist moved with a steady rhythm as she stirred, the corner of her mouth lifting in a thin smile. Casual, natural, as if she were just adding sugar. But Young-ja's instincts screamed that's not sugar. She took a deep breath, deliberately making loud footsteps as she entered the kitchen. Well now, my dear daughter-in-law, what are you up to? Min-jeong flinched, quickly pressing a hand to her chest, smiling with false surprise. Oh, mother, you startled me. I was just making you some coffee. She handed over the cup she'd just stirred. Young-ja brought the rim to her nose, inhaled slightly, then smiled and gently pushed the cup back into Min-jeong's hand. My dear, why don't you take the first sip? At once Min-jeong's face turned ghost white, her hands trembling. And no, mother, you drink it first. Why, is there something wrong with it? Did you put something in there? When Young-ja locked eyes with her, Min-jeong screamed, dropping the cup. The dark brown liquid splattered across the floor, leaving sticky stains. A thick, sweet smell filled the kitchen. I'm sorry it was too hot, it looked cold enough to me. Young-ja fixed her gaze on the stiff, terrified back of her daughter-in-law. That night, she lay in the dark, eyes open. The missing contract papers, the daughter-in-law's exaggerated concern in front of customers. Mother's been forgetting a lot lately. And the sudden figures in the Haebitjong Korean restaurant ledger, all pieced together into a single thought. This was a meticulously planned fake dementia scheme. The next morning, she stood before the mirror. To survive, to uncover the truth, she had to become the version of herself the enemy wanted to see. She intentionally put her jacket on inside out, wandered around the house, clutching a towel, muttering. Min-jeong watched with narrowed eyes. Mother, your clothes are backward. Oh really? Since when? At meals, she deliberately dropped her spoon. Asked the same question twice. Min-jeong, when did Do-yeon say he'd be home? I just told you, mother. Late tonight. The corner of Min-jeong's lips lifted. She had confirmed her suspicion. That afternoon she called her husband Park. Do-yeon, her voice trembling with tears. Your mother's getting worse. She wore her clothes backward this morning. Kept repeating herself I'm scared. When she hung up, her smile was satisfied, cold and triumphant. That evening, Do-yeon came home quietly. Mom, are you all right? Min-jeong says you've been forgetting things. I'm fine, she said lightly. Min-jeong placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. Don't worry, mother, I'll take care of everything. The coldness of that touch stayed with Young-ja long after. That night, she pulled the blanket over her head. Instead of crying, she decided to fight. To use their own weapon against them. Days later, the fake caregiver arrived. A man in his mid-40s named Kang Min-ho. His expression was carved from stone, his eyes emotionless. From now on, he said, I'll manage your entire schedule, meals, medication, sleep, movement, everything. He opened a notebook, jotting notes like a prison guard. This isn't caregiving, Young-ja said sharply. It's surveillance. He replied flatly, call it thorough care. From that day, every pill she swallowed had to be checked by mouth. She hid the tablets under her tongue, waited until they left, then spit them into a flower pot. She saved the powder and capsules in a small plastic bag, hidden under the mattress. But sometimes she couldn't avoid swallowing. Then the world warped, time slipped, and she drifted. During these fogs, Min-jeong would show doctored restaurant ledgers to Do-yeon. If this keeps up, we'll go bankrupt. His disbelief hardened into certainty. Mom, let her handle the restaurant for now. Min-jeong demanded full access to the bank account. No, Young-ja cried. That's mine. This is for your own good, Do-yeon insisted, signing the papers. The house turned into a prison. Min-jeong locked the doors, installed extra latches that opened only from outside, disconnected the landline, confiscated her phone for high bills. Each evening she reported, Mother tried to spit out her medicine again. I barely stopped her. Kang Min-ho searched her room at night while she pretended to sleep, eyes half closed, tracking his movements. If he found the bag under the mattress, it was over. The next morning she took her son's old toy cow, sliced open its belly, and hid the bag inside. The toy returned to its shelf. For the first time in weeks, she could breathe. Then came her chance to escape. One day, Min-jeong's phone rang. Yes, accountant? What a tax audit? Tomorrow? Her voice shook. I can't leave, said Min-ho. I have to watch her. Just an hour. I need those documents. The two tore through the living room, shouting. Young-ja didn't hesitate. The night before, she had loosened the screws on the window latch with a spoon. Now she pulled it free. The window slid open soundlessly. She was on the first floor. But her legs felt like wet cotton from the drugs. She climbed out, twisted her ankle, and collapsed on the cold lobby floor. Grandma, are you okay? A clear voice Young-han, the college girl from Unit 302, ran to her side. Please help me. My daughter-in-law poisoned me. Even through broken words, Han understood instantly. Come to my room. You're not safe here. In Ha-eun's room, Young-ja confessed everything: the white powder in the coffee, the cancelled phone plan, the double locks, the forged ledgers, the fake caregiver's constant watch. Han clenched her fists, anger barely contained. This is a crime, property fraud, attempted murder by poisoning. But we need evidence. We need them on video. She produced a tiny spy camera. Once it connects to Wi-Fi, it automatically uploads to the cloud. Even if they destroy it, the footage survives. Her plan was precise. I'll make noise outside to distract them. You go in and stick this behind the family photo frame. Lens facing the bed and sofa. Young-ja nodded firmly. Back home, Han shouted down the hall, pretending to chase a cat. Thief. While Min-jeong and Min-ho rushed to the door, Young-ja slipped into her room, peeled the tape, and pressed the camera behind the frame. A green light blinked. Minutes later, they returned, empty-handed. Min-jeong's suspicious stare lingered. But Young-ja pretended to sleep under her blanket. That night, with Park Do-yeon away on business, the living room filled with the clink of bottles. Their voices grew louder. Under her blanket, Young-ja held her breath and listened. Now it was beginning, the moment they'd walk into their own trap. Part 2: Evidence, Exposure, and the Murder Plan. That night was unnervingly quiet. The house felt wrapped in silence. Choi Young-ja lay still under her blanket, listening. From the crack under the door came a faint light, and from the living room, the clinking of glasses and muffled laughter. Director Kim, you've worked hard. We should celebrate. It was Seo Min-jeong's cheerful voice. Kang Min-ho replied, we're nearly done. The old woman's reacting strongly to the meds now. She'll be helpless soon. Young-ja's fingers trembled, but she steadied them, remembering the hidden camera above recording every word. So, the medical certificate? Ready. I've arranged it with the doctor next week. We'll have a diagnosis of severe dementia. Min-jeong laughed, raising her glass. With that, I can have her committed to a hospital. Once she's in, the property's mine. Do-yeon won't object. Her heart pounded. And the will? Already forged, Min-jeong said smugly. It leaves everything to my devoted daughter-in-law, Seo Min-jeong. We'll stamp her fingerprint after she's sedated. The dead can't talk. Kang chuckled. Brilliant as always, ma'am. But you know, Min-jeong lowered her voice, swirling her wine, if she keeps living too long in the hospital, it could be a problem. What if she wakes up and talks? Don't worry, Kang said quietly. There's a drug that causes a natural-looking heart attack. If an elderly dementia patient dies in a hospital, nobody asks questions. Min-jeong gasped, then giggled. That's even possible? Of course. This time, it'll be perfect. Their glasses clinked chime and Young-ja's fists clenched under the blanket. One wrong move and everything would shatter, yet hope flickered. The footage was already uploading to Ha-eun's cloud. The next morning, she wiped the window noisily with a wet rag, the secret signal she and Han had planned, evidence secured. Han upstairs would hear it and start downloading. Mother, what are you doing? Cleaning. It's dirty. Min-jeong smirked. Doesn't even smell. Guess the medicine's working. Young-ja smiled faintly. When it rains, winter's near, isn't it? Min-jeong sneered. Yes. Just a little longer now, mother. But that afternoon, danger struck. Min-jeong burst into her room humming. Your room's such a mess, mother. Let me clean up for you today. Her tone was cheerful, but her eyes glittered with suspicion. Why so many things hidden around here? Let's start with the closet. As her hands moved closet, drawers, vanity, cold sweat ran down Young-ja's back. What's this? Medicine packets? You shouldn't hide these. It's just for emergencies, Young-ja said calmly. Min-jeong's gaze sharpened. These photo frames are dusty too. I'll wipe them. Her hand reached toward the old family photo on the wall. Young-ja's heart skipped a beat. Mother, this back feels loose, there's a gap. She pried the frame slightly open. Min-jeong, don't touch that. Why? Hiding something? A small black dot glinted the camera lens. What the hell is this? Her face twisted from confusion to rage. This old witch was spying on us. She ripped the camera off the wall and smashed it onto the floor. The lens cracked with a sharp snap. You think this changes anything? But inside, Young-ja smiled faintly. The footage was already safe online. It's too late, Min-jeong. What do you mean? You and Kang Min-ho, you said it all last night. The hospital, the drugs, the will, the offshore account. Min-jeong froze, then screamed, you crazy hag. She grabbed a pair of scissors, advancing. I'll shut that mouth of yours myself. At that moment, Kang Min-ho rushed in. What's going on? She filmed us. She recorded everything. His face stiffened. What? Check that cow figurine, she probably hid something there too. He snatched a knife, slashed the toy's belly, and a plastic bag fell out. The collected drug samples and powder Young-ja had saved. See, she was collecting evidence. Min-jeong laughed hysterically. It's over. Burn it all. She stomped the shattered camera, grinding it to dust. She's as good as dead. But Kang hesitated. Modern cameras can have auto-upload functions, maybe it's already online. What? They send video directly to the internet. Then where Min-jeong's face turned ashen. Unplug everything. She ran to the living room, ripped out the router, tore out the LAN cable. There, now it can't send. But the video was already sent. She stormed back, grabbing Young-ja's hair. How much do you know, you old bitch? I saw it all. From the moment you poured that powder in my coffee. Min-jeong's voice cracked. Then this ends now. Kang pulled out a syringe. This will put her to sleep in 10 minutes. Suddenly, bang, 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 loud knocks rattled the front door. Police. Open up. Officers burst in, followed by Park Do-yeon and Young Ha-eun. Do-yeon's face was pale. Mom, is this true? Min-jeong screamed, honey. It's a misunderstanding. She's framing us. But when the police pulled drug samples, forged ledgers, and fake medical forms from under the bed, every lie collapsed. The cloud footage already played on the police laptop. Full confession recorded. You're under arrest. Min-jeong and Kang Min-ho were handcuffed and dragged out, struggling. Part 3 Truth, Recovery, and a Mercy That Never Came. The only sound left in the frozen house was the click of handcuffs. In the living room, Seo Min-jeong collapsed to the floor, screaming. I was only worried about her. I swear it, but the police were unmoved. Charged with attempted murder, forgery, and attempted fraud. Beside her, Kang Min-ho hung his head. The syringe, half filled with clear liquid, was sealed in a plastic evidence bag. Choi Young-ja sat on the edge of her bed, watching in a daze. Then, gripping her blanket, she wept quietly. It was over, yet inside, the war was still burning. Her son Park Do-yeon stood before her, guilt and confusion clouding his eyes. Mom, is it really all true? She didn't answer. Her trembling hand reached up and lightly slapped his cheek. Yes, Do-yeon, you saw it yourself. Your wife tried to kill your mother. His shoulders sagged. Why didn't you tell me? Because you wouldn't have believed me. I still remember that look the day you doubted me. I'm sorry, Mom, I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't bring back the time I almost died. Silence fell between them, heavy, suffocating. The police gathered every piece of evidence: the forged ledgers, fake diagnosis, offshore transfers. In that stillness, Young Ha-eun entered and took Young-ja's hand. Grandma, it's over. You're safe now. Tears glistened in Young-ja's eyes. Ha-eun, I owe you my life. I only did what anyone should. But the trial's next. It's not over yet. I know. This time, I'll speak for myself. Days later, the news announced. Daughter-in-law and accomplice arrested in family poisoning plot. A quick cut showed the Haebitjong Korean restaurant sign. Young-ja sat watching, then quietly set down the remote. The restaurant and bank accounts were back in her name, but her eyes held no joy. I got everything back except what mattered most: trust. Do-yeon sat beside her, voice shaking. Mom, I'll take the blame too. I believed her lies. That doesn't make her less guilty. Her tone was cool, stripped of warmth, heavy with the ashes of motherhood. From that day, she never called him Do-yeon again, only Mr. Park. It was the only way she could survive. The trial dragged on for months. In court, Seo Min-jeong never raised her head. Her lawyer claimed depression and impulsive behavior. The prosecutor